Live. Hello, YouTube. ALR Season 2, Race 3. Imola. We're ready in like a matter of moments. I think we're just waiting for one or two things to be confirmed in the background. But yeah. Did the stream immediately just stop working? Because apparently it's not here. Am I like
Don't you
there?
dare use the peak against me, Thermiter.
As we can see, some very lovely conversations going on linked to the server. Okay, one of the Eclipse
James,
drivers
please
could
don't.
retire mid-race because they're eating spicy chicken, which
James,
would
please.
be a first. Anyway, I'm pretty sure we're gonna get everyone here who's here in a moment. We could get someone else join during qualifying. We'll just wait for their message, which they're sending in general right now. Just give it a moment here for them to see what they're saying. Anyway, Imola, we've got a few drivers who practiced the wrong track. So that's fine. In other news, I think we're ready to go because that was said and done. Everyone, you can ready up. Confirmation, ready up. You can be happy. We can ready up. We can get this. We can get underway.
Huzzah.
Yeah, huzzah.
Change shoulders to Eclipse.
No.
Oop.
Shoulders
No.
clear, bro.
It's James talking to RJ.
Nah, bro. The reason we say that is we hit 500 points today. We did it. I was on
Nice.
about it last weekend. We did it. We're now at like 536. Yeah, we're like 535.3 or something like that. Yeah, it helps having several leagues you're driving in. Ugh. I think James wants him to go to Shoulders because he doesn't like his teammate, which would be one of the weirdest driver swaps mid-season. Polly is back to Shoulders and um, RJ to Eclipse.
Let's just keep cussing.
I ain't seen a change like that in a long time. I'm gonna be real with you.
Sorry, I am back.
He ran off. He left
I had a
us.
pack. I had a package that showed up.
It's a bomb.
It's not.
It is. I'd say something else,
No,
but
it's
then the
not.
video would get taken down.
So I ordered a thing so I could put another thing inside the thing I ordered because I need to keep them safe for when I eventually give them to my partner.
Damn. Anyway, I've just started recording for afterwards, for when we need the what's it called, the erase replay later.
So edit that out the stream.
Nah, it's I do it separately to the live stream because the live streams don't automatically save for a computer for some reason. So anyway, what are the Eclipse drivers?
You appear to be having an issue, by the way.
Am I meant to be having an issue?
You keep cutting out. I don't know if it's like that for everyone else, but you keep like going, I am here because I am
I think that may
me.
be Discord. Your Discord. Maybe it's your Discord. All I need to say.
That's maybe it's just Discord. Who knows? I don't.
Because I think it's fine for the streamer, so I could check that for me now. That'd be very nice. Anyway, Gaggles and Quinn on the track. Quinn still with one more race ban to serve out. So we could validate his lap times for now. Excuse me. Just getting through an illness, so please do stand by with that. We've got Gaggles here though. He's going to be the first man to set a representative push lap here today. They come in duos.
He's out there. He's out there trying to get his foot right in the door frame.
Oh yeah. Missed round 2 after issues. I've forgotten the reason he missed round 2, I will be honest with you. But he's back and he's ready to set the timing tower ablaze, is what he hopes.
Okay, just I need to double check this. Is anyone else on stage hearing DeFox cut out?
You may need to rejoin the stage if that is the issue, but we've got Gaggles started his hot lap. A little bit, that's
A little bit. Okay, so it's all right. I just wanted to make sure like that I wasn't going crazy.
Anyway, Quinn is off in the gravel in turn 1. Just trying to keep out the way of those behind him. We say in a moment. As Gaggles goes purple in the first. We've got Polius as well behind him on a lap. We'll cut to the end of that lap after this full push lap from Gaggles. Thermiter, Joe F1 guy, and Lewis yet to set a lap. Park Ferme may be on. If it is, then oh well. We're all going to suffer with qualifying setups for Imola.
We're not changing that to put it back off.
The only way we're going to get a restart is if we have a repeat of what happened in the first round, and I don't want that to happen.
Is if things go horribly wrong. Which, to be fair, we've not had as much chaos and disaster as we've had.
Yeah.
Ooh, we've not had as much chaos and disaster in the races.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
We do see it there though. Gaggles going wide through the final quarter, just able to keep it going. We've got Killspree here, Mr. Polius, the man who had a bit of a hiatus last season, is back.
Go Killspree.
His teammate goes off the track to keep out the way. Through the final quarter we go. Is it going to be faster than Gaggles? Yes, it is, by 2 seconds. We've got Joe F1 guy coming out on his outlap here. Will he be able to set the timing tower ablaze? We will see. We will see. This is a secondary McLaren that's had a moment behind. I think that was Gaggles just goes slowly. We see Joe is using 0 ERS on his outlap. He's going immediately to hot lap and then overtake for his ERS deployment now. So I'm pretty sure we'll be able to get through this stuff cleanly. Into turn 1 we go. Very heavy braking zone around the chicane. A very center themed tribute helmet for the driver in that cockpit today. Through into the Villeneuve chicane we go. Then down into Toza. Purple currently for Joe F1 guy in the Shulver's car, backed by Williams Racing. We've seen Shulver's hit their 500th point earlier in the weekend. Joe's run wide. I believe his lap is continuing, so we'll expect to see him continue blowing up the timing charts as well as he is, because he's got the Variante Alta chicane to go. Then the final quarters here, the double left-hander, split with a curved right-left, or even left-right. In we go.
Is it just me, or have we got a bit of a low turnout this week?
Yeah, it's fine. Some people are busy. It's, you know, college has restarted for some, school for others. Joe goes fastest by 9.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It should fix itself by next week. We could have a low attendance weeks, it's fine. As we have a spun McLaren with wing damage. Lewis has had a moment trying to set a hot lap.
Oh no.
And he's lost half his wing. So I don't think we'll see him out to set another lap anytime fast. Which is a bit of a shame for him. I believe Polius is coming out again. which he is, so he doesn't feel safe in that P2 spot. Could we possibly see him try to beat that lap time that Joe set? It is possible. It could be. He does try and improve it. We see him go wide. And again, towards the pit lane we go. He darts in. Onto the current man who needs to try and outscore his teammate this weekend to reinvigorate his championship fight. As we know, he was, by this point in last season, very much leading the championship. Yeah, this time last season, he'd won the first 2 races and the first sprint race. So he needs to try and do the same here. He needs to try and win round 3 in order to get back ahead of his teammate. Because as it stands, the man we saw have a moment on his lap, Lewis P, has overtaken him in the standings. Polius, 1 win and only a win so far. Can he continue his winning streak so far this season? RJ not to score this race unless there's a restart and he is able to rejoin during said restart. Then we'll get even more here for points. So at the moment, Joe stays on provisional pole. That car was sideways. Polius really is wringing everything out of this car.
I don't necessarily.
Go on.
I don't know if necessarily Joe will stay there for long.
Oh, I don't think so, because Gaggles is also on a push lap. Right over the curb goes Polius.
James, as far as James just did his in lap, so he's going back into the pit now.
Yeah, we do qualifying bands slightly differently here. We allow drivers to do out laps and in laps, as we see Polius improve that pole position time by 5/10. Let's go to Gaggles, the man on a push. Are we going to see any major improvement from this driver right here? Very slight dam on the brakes, using all the ERS deployment he can. Up the hill we go towards the Valiente Alta. Just rumbling over the rumble strips on the exit of that chicane. He's gone personal best in the middle sector by half a second. Do you think we'll see an improvement here, Imperial?
Maybe. It's possible.
Yeah, anything's possible. Could he doesn't run wide here. Does he run wide?
God, I tell you what, Polius is flying through the middle.
Oh, yes, he is. To the line we go, Gaggles. Doesn't improve. No, does improve, but not enough to improve position. So...
Park Ferme is apparently on. Ooh, that looked like a bit of a rear end slide for there. Polius has a bit of a rear end slide coming out of the last chicane.
Anyway, he's not the man we want to watch. We're watching the other Gaggles driver here. Lewis to set his first push lap of the session. We up the hill we go. We pass the first sector. He's, I think, doing quite well. Joe just gets out the way, carrying a lot more speed than his teammate. Through the Raleigh section, we go up to
I think possibly the reason why we've not seen Thermite come out. I was going to say, I think the reason we've not seen Thermite come out of the pit so far yet is because everyone else is doing.
That could be true.
Well, there's.
They are like he's just trying to get
3 people, like just. I'm sorry, is he?
He's trying to get.
Apparently, Thermite is manually doing a setup.
Yeah. Anyway, towards the line we go with Lewis. He crosses the line.
Now.
4th fastest. Not the improvement he needed. Joe is now on a hot lap. The man currently provisionally P2. A man who was banned mid-season in Austria, Luxi, is About to join back as Joe goes massively wide. He's bailing out of that hot lap. Luxy unbanned under specific ruling by the owner staff. That being severe qualifying bans.
I
So.
Very sure that
Oh. We watched Joe cut the chicane there. We're going to see Joe here try for a second push lap.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, this was a mistake.
Anyway, it's through the Tabarella chicane we go into Villeneuve. We need to invite Red, which is slightly annoying for right now, but
Okay, this isn't gonna cause issues. Not that I'm aware of. All right, this should be fine. Sorry, I'm just fiddling with stuff.
I don't know what you're doing.
Just fiddling with Discord options on my PC. It's not set up properly.
That is insane.
I tried to set up a thing based on Tab, and then I realized that Tab just flings Discord around like a rag doll.
Yeah. I've invited the wrong
So-
person there. They're not going to join because they're in the lobby, but I've just actually I've just actually shut down the game, like minimized it. As Joe comes in, so the man of the moment.
Thermite is finally out on his outlet.
Yeah, we're gonna watch him.
Should see his match beginning
Yeah.
very shortly.
Sorry if it's all being a bit quiet. We're just trying to organise something
By short-
at the same time. So
Yes. Man.
I know what he means. No, he's in. Yeah, we're fine. So. Thermite now starting a push lap. He's got one car coming out the pit lane ahead of him, that being Gaggles. As we quickly need to invite Red, who's finally got himself online.
Huzzah! Huzzah.
Red, you have the invite. Gaggles letting Thermite through. He's really ragging everything around this lap. He's gone personal best. Red's game has crashed. He needs to
Red's
be in
crashed,
the
but
next
that's
2
not.
minutes. Did it crash before you accepted the invite, Red, or because if it did, you may be out of luck? Anyway, Thermite is still on a push lap. Okay, hurry up and join. You've got just under 2 minutes. Luxy as well is going to need just to sit tight, let qualifying end for him. Red, just restart the game. Hurry up. Thermite into the final 2 corners we go. Gaggles behind him. He's going to have to move out the way immediately after his hot lap. But I think this lap's going to be his hot lap, because that lap's a banker. A 1:16.8 banker lap. Gaggle's out behind him trying to do a push. We see it here though. Thermiter versus Gaggles. Gaggles trying to use Thermiter's slipstream here to his advantage through the 2 chicanes we go. Into Tozer. Up the hill, the run to
Just,
walk.
I need to... Is James... I can't remember. Does James have a quali ban of any kind, or is he just...
Yeah, James is on his last quali ban. He's at 3. So
right, gotcha.
So does Scythe. He's 1 for... Red, quickly take over a Mercedes, quickly. Gaggles and Thermiter are on a drag race right now. I think they need to organise who's going to go where, because they both need to improve. Thermiter's on low fuel mode. He's getting the warnings on that dash, I believe. To the line we go. Gaggles is going to get a huge
Why
toe.
is my controller shaking like you? My
Oh, wow.
my controller's shaking like the world is going to end.
They've both...
Every single time someone goes into the pit lap.
I have no clue. They've both improved, though. But they improved just as the session ended. So they both got their laps in. They both improved. But they're both done for the session. Polius, is he on a lap? He's not on a good lap. Red joined too late to set a lap. To the line we go. Is it an improvement? It is an improvement. Can Joe do anything? He's up on his lap so far. Is he enough to get ahead on the pole? As it stands, it will be a front row. As we know, standard F1 points being used. Into the final quarter we go. There's a car ahead. That would be Lewis. Lewis has improved. To the line, Joe takes pole position. Joe gets his first pole. I'm pretty sure his first pole with shoulders. I think it's his second career pole.
Yep, I think that's it, yeah.
Let me just check this. Poles. This is his second career pole. He's one of the few people to get... No, it's your second, Joe. You had one last season. It's your second pole in ALR. Congratulations to you. Even he thinks he thinks this is his first. No, you had a pole somewhere else last season. It wasn't Mexico, but was it Mexico? Yeah, Gaggle was thanking Thermiter for the toe there. Going off the record books, you do have a pole position. Yeah, Monza. Joe got pole in. It's the Italian tracks. Joe cooks the best in. It really is the Italian nation where Joe is able to cook. We can see there is the grid order. The man on pole, Joe F1 guy. The majority of the grid here is British. We've got Scythe representing Wales and Red representing the Dutch. There's some lovely lovely chats going on between Gaggles and Thermiter. They both improved their lap by a second.
It's remarkably civil by ALR standards, though.
They were both on a push lap. They both did flyers, and they both improved by about a second both times. So Joe is the only man currently to have an 100% pole rate at Italy. So that's a very good thing for him. Of course, last season at Italy, he scored a very fantastic pole position for the Apex team, I think it was. Again, I will have to go double check if it is actually Monza. It could be somewhere else. I could be completely making this statistic up. I'm going to go double check this now. Annoyingly, there are ads, so I've got enough time to let this ad play out. We've got everyone just confirming what strategies they want to do. The cars are on the grid now, though. Joe on the front row, on the pole position. They
are going.
We are green flag racing.
We don't get no time.
It's a very good start.
Oh, looked like a bit of a struggle.
Yeah, but
It looked like there was a bit of a struggle from Gaggles, or was it Lewis?
I don't know. But the whole field, the two Ferrari
Oh, and there's
cars,
contact in the two Ferrari.
on home turf, they're fighting each other, and they need to try and be fighting up the field. So, was it Italy? Yeah, it was Italy where Joe got his pole. He is leading on the first lap though. Gaggles up into P2. One of the Aston Martins of Quinn going wide there, red at the very front end of the field, not qualifying. Thermiter fallen all the way to the back of the field here. Not the best opening lap for him. But again, this is the first traditional track we've been going to this season. The barrier is still a lot closer than some tracks, so they have that to their disadvantage. It's still
I love
a
Imola.
street track. People love Imola for that reason. So
I love this.
as
This
we
is my
see
favorite.
a
This is one of my
fight between
favorite
the
racetracks.
Astons and one of the Gaggles cars. So Gaggles himself is being crowded out here by the two Astons.
One of the. Ooh.
Oh, it's very close between the two.
Gaggles just side by side with James.
Yeah, these two staying side by side towards Villeneuve. Gaggles is ahead. He gets a
And it looks like it's ended up
and
with
he's
Gaggles
wide.
ahead of James.
James runs wide through the gravel. Just manages to keep it.
What a fight! You are dying really badly.
I know.
I can barely make out anything. You might need to leave stage and rejoin.
I think it's
see if
just
that
the
works.
stage. It's just the stage. I'm not going to do that for just the stage. Because I'd have to then tab out of the action, wouldn't I?
I mean, if someone can pull up the stream and verify if he's cutting out on stream.
I don't think I am. No, I'm not lagging. I've just heard myself on the stream. I'm not lagging at all on the stream. Anyway, Joe, continuing on his dominant front running.
Joe setting fastest lap.
Yeah. As we have a moment from red in the Mercedes at the front end of the field, the two Ferraris now locking in for a fight. I think team orders are on. I think they are a thing here today.
There's two different packs, and then all the way at the back.
Yeah.
Is that red?
Yeah. Suffered a spin.
Oh, and then all the way at the back there's red. So you got two different conglomerations. The first four, the second four, and then red.
Very nearly contact there.
As it looks like Killsbury was attempting to go for a move on Gaggles there, but had to back off.
We've got a move, possibly through the Valiente Alta. Just backing out of it goes Scythe, so... Gaggles, though, has finally worked his
Little worried about how close the Aston are to each other.
Yeah, anyway, it's fine. The Gaggles has worked his way back up, and he's going to try and take Joe. There's contact. Joe's crowd up by DRS. They're three wide. The Aston Martins cut through to take P1 and 2, while Gaggles was busy trying to overtake Joe on the other side. There's fights further back in the field here. We see
What an overtake! Was that Joe that went wide there?
Joe did go wide there. That was the one we've just tabbed onto.
Joe went wide into the gravel,
Yeah,
and then just sort of twitches. Unfortunate.
And we've got a bigger fight further back. They're all four of them are trying to fight for position here.
I think.
Oh, and they're off!
Yeah,
Huge
all four
crash.
of them fighting for first place.
Virtual safety car, Scythe in the wall heavily. Somehow still going. A car went up in the air then. That was a huge crash.
I didn't see that.
The Alpha Tauri jumped in the air. We just saw on the edge of the screen. So I'm surprised both of them are still continuing on in the race, to be honest. I think what happened is they were both trying to fight for the same piece of real estate. Their wheel was locked, and well, that's all history. Joe comes into the pit lane for an early pit stop. No, he doesn't. He fooled me, and he probably will fool me again. The camera turned away from him. No, it looked like he went into the pit lane. But Lewis does go into the pit lane with Scythe. Obviously, they've quite crippling wing damage. We see as the wait is over. We're back. Green flag running.
That was a very quick virtual safety car, but only because somehow Scythe's car somehow didn't explode.
Red's also in the pit lane, but Quinn had a dive on his teammate. He gave the place back. They are pushing each other along the track here. So could tensions arise later on in the race? Red has disconnected. He is still going in the race.
Yeah.
So if you could invite him back, if you have it.
Red has disconnected and is pitting. And is no longer pitting. There was a brief, repeat of the pet thing next to Red's name there for me.
Yeah, it's fine. As we have a spin from Lewis. I think there may have been another bit of contact.
Yeah, I mean, the top four all really still close to each other.
Oh, and he's off the track.
Ooh,
Quinn
as James overtakes Kill Spree after dipping a tire off of the track on the main straight.
And Joe is in position to try and overtake Gaggles, which he does so before the Villeneuve chicane.
Which one's the main straight here?
The one on the right side, the big long one, where the pit lane is. It's not exactly straight, but who cares?
Oh, okay. So I guess yeah. Well, I guess the one they were on there was like the pit straight then.
Yeah, Joe's just gone very wide there.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
he was doing really well, and then it's just a bunch of really small mistakes that have sort of compounded, that have led to him being sort of stuck in third place as Gaggles goes out wide behind him.
Stupidly wide. So
it's not enough to cost them like a huge amount, but definitely enough to just stop them from being able to gain.
As we understand, the two Ferraris are still fighting each other. We're going to tab to that fight if it gets interesting. We're going to stay with this fight. Gaggles versus Joe. Joe versus Gaggles. You see them in the back of your screen here. Is Gaggles to the inside. He just backs out of it. Now to the two red cars. The home runners. The Italian team.
So, yes. Just a brief thing I want to say. Interesting that out of everyone who's on their original tires.
Oh, Joe and Gaggles.
Ooh, Joe and Gaggles drive each other off. That was almost kind like Gaggles is up ahead of him now, but it kind of looked like Joe drove him off the track a little.
The two Astons have swapped positions as well. As Joe gets a penalty for corner cutting.
We will.
Right, I need to re-invite
Red. Can someone invite Red, please, by the way?
I'm inviting him very, very quickly. I was waiting for him to confirm that he was back, because I didn't want to send him an invite now.
Yeah. My point is that out of everyone who's on their original tyres, only Thermite has started on the hards.
I think I should have sent it to Red there. Yeah, so one on the...
Alright, as long as Red's got an invite.
He has, he's here. Quinn takes the lead again. Joe saying he had a snap of oversteer into Gaggles there, so... What's happened with Quinn? He's just ran off the track and appeared to have ghosted, so... Possible slight issue there for him.
Mm-hmm.
We're still underway.
Ooh, Joe snap. Joe suffers
again.
Another snap there coming out of that corner.
Oh yeah, the two Ferraris are still fighting each other here, so The Apex cars, I should say, they're not Ferraris, they're Apex. They're really trying to push each other as much as they can around the track.
What accidents there are?
Yeah.
I mean, if we're doing that, then they're not Astons.
And
They're Eclipse
fighting
cars.
again, the Gaggles car and the Porsche. These two at the end of the field tried at each other into the Tamburello. Through Villeneuve we go. We do see quite a varying strategy throughout the field on who was on what tyre. So...
Ooh, Gaggles loses his back end for a moment.
The two Ferraris are the fight we're going to watch for this, though. Line astern, I think Thermiter is just going to get ahead due to the DRS. I think he may be let through by his teammate.
I think he is, yes.
They
and then he
get through.
Camera.
And Gaggles went wide, so Joe is on his rear. So, Joe trying to get an overtake on his fellow accomplice Gaggles. Of course, he really needs to be able to get his teammate out here for the championship positions, because at the moment he would lose his place, and Polius would retake the championship position, maybe even the championship lead. So we see it here, through the chicane we go. Gaggles just runs wide, and that gives Joe the ever so small advantage of trying to get ahead.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. I just stopped talking because I thought you were going to say
DeVox?
something. I thought you were going to say something, so I stopped talking.
You just keep... No, you just keep cutting out. So I'm like trying to figure out if you're like dying or like just having connection issues. But
as we see,
it's making it really hard.
Joe goes down the inside and Red is retired.
Ooh,
and we've got a safety car.
Ooh, as Red is gone and we have a safety. That's going to truncate the pack. We have about 22 laps to go.
Yeah.
What is Red doing in chat?
He's singing the popular song.
I don't know what that is. But yeah, I can guarantee the mediums are probably going to change onto hards.
Oh, definitely.
And then the one person on hards, Thermiter, might change onto another set of hards or a set of mediums. I don't know. He's in a bit of a tricky position tire-wise.
Anyway, we continue on with this really bizarre.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Is that what I think? Is that what I think it is in chat? By the way.
Yeah, I think it is as well.
Hmm.
Oh no, it's an Aston Martin double stack.
Oh god!
Poor pit stop. I don't think that'll lose positions, but it's not.
That was a Ferrari strategy.
That really was.
That was a Ferrari strategy.
That was not the best of pit stops. That's not what they needed.
That is going to cost them.
It is lucky they did it under the safety car, because that could have been.
Yeah, had that happened under race conditions.
Oh yeah, and Gaggles has been.
Yeah.
Gaggles has overtaken Joe in the pit cycle, so. Thermite's not happy with this. Not happy with the safety car. We're now going to wait for Lewis to just catch the back of the field. The two Aston Martins are very eager with each other on the track as we wait for the safety car.
The radios.
The radios go hard as well.
The
They're very, very funny.
Yeah, the radios is very funny. Thermite is currently not happy with his predicament, shall we say?
Polius is ahead of Quinn, so
What do we reckon? Safety car's going to unleash, and then there's going to be a crash immediately.
maybe. If that happens, then it's probably going to be between your drivers because these two are the fastest racy drivers here. So, you know, anything could happen.
Yeah. Sorry, just that gif in the chat. Sorry, that's way too funny.
Yeah. In other news, we're under safety car. I don't know what I was going to say there. I forgot mid-sentence. We see Quinn here.
We are under a safety car. Yes.
Yeah.
These hards won't make it, and that's coming from the tire whisperer.
Scythe, can you please bin around lap 20?
Oh, absolutely.
Asks someone.
I
That's because there's all sorts of great strategies going
don't
on.
think they're allowed to do that. But
Anyway, I think it's a
I
guaranteed
don't think
two
they're
stop.
allowed.
I think it's a guaranteed two stop. Thermite might be able to get away with a one stop.
Yeah, like
But
the hards will go for a while, but they're probably not going to make it. Yeah. Medium, soft would be optimum. Okay, but everyone's not being optimum right now.
Yeah, no one's been optimum this entire race. Some people are already on their second stop, so I think that really tells you how bad things are.
If anyone starts Max Verstappen, I will hit you for that.
Yeah, we will.
If I see anyone Max, I have an orbital satellite ready to strike on your position.
That is absolutely crazy, bro. Gaggles being absolutely supported.
I've been playing Helmet.
Yeah. Gaggles is absolutely being supported in chat, so he's got quite a few fans there cheering him on. By that I mean 2 of the 3 active viewers on the stream is actually rooting Gaggles, so that's a new thing to me. Gaggles actually has some active fans, which is brilliant to see. But Thermiter is going to lead the safety car away. We're going to watch. Go on.
I was just going to say. I think Thermite is. I think some people are having. Oh god damn! I'm being called.
So the co-commentator is going to have to go for a second. Gaggles is trying to hold them for as long as possible. I think some wing just flew off for someone then. I'm not sure, but a big chunk of debris got flown off. We're under green. Now, it's not a safety car, I assure you. We are green flag racing. Gaggles is trying to overtake Quinn here. We're going to watch this battle as it ensues. Gaggles with Quinn, Quinn with Gaggles. Gaggles around the outside, over the curbs. James is now involved in the fight. I'm not sure what we're going to see here, but my goodness, we see Thermite being overtaken. Quinn down to 5th. That Scythe in the background going off the track. Quinn is just trying to keep his nose in on the fight with Gaggles. But he now needs to defend from Joe, the man who has one of the slower lap times in one of the test runs. Gaggles overtaking Thermite now. Thermite is again being overtaken by Joe. So it's not a good safety car restart for either of them. They touch each other and they're off. And there's a McLaren very deep at the end of the field. Thermite dropping down there 3 wide. Joe smartly just backing out of that. To the inside of the corner we go. Joe watches the Ferrari 1 ride. It's mayhem for the 2 Ferrari race cars here. And the home race, Scuderia AlphaTauri as well, as DRS is enabled. What a hectic lap that was, and it's still going to continue with this bottom 4 here. Thermite just trying to keep ahead of... Thermite trying to keep pace with Lewis here. As Joe gets another warning for CCs, and he's off. The AlphaTauri runs through the gravel. So, what a hectic race this is turning out to be. Thermite after falling to the end of the field, just hoping that those around him make big enough mistakes so that he can try and monopolise off of this. But as it stands, we've got the fight forming here for P4 or P5, sorry, hitting both Ferraris. The man in second in the championship who almost loses the rear. Scythe is sent off the track, and this is going to help Thermite to try get through on him. The camera switches, he's got the inside line, there's wheel-to-wheel contact. They touch again, and Thermite hits the wall. Some damage there for the Alpha Tauri after the opening saga. We're going to tap to the front now as we're going to see DRS open for Quinn on Gaggles. Gaggles needs to try and defend this. Podiumless so far. I think that was strategic to let him through, because I think he wants the two ahead to fight to then cause issues for themselves later on. We're now going to go to the runt end of the field. Could we see an overtake from Scythe? They're wheel to wheel. Scythe to the inside of the corner over the rumble strips, forces Thermiter off the track. I think that's going to be looked at by the FIA in a bit, but that was not how you overtake someone at Imola. But anyway, back to the fight of Gaggles and Quinn. Gaggles just trying to keep within DRS of that faster car. Again, it's all down to pace, not down to whichever car is faster, because if it was, the McLarens would be winning right now along with the Ferraris. But as it stands, the whole field is relatively even on pace. There's one or two people who've been messed up by strategy, one or two people just messed up by their luck. But it stands that we're all still, almost all still running. Thermiter would really need a safety car as we see Quinn just stepping his rear out ever so slightly wide, giving Gaggles a bit more efficient DRS to use here. For the straight, he's not going to get ahead. I think Thermiter chooses to take the pit lane now. He's going to stick out as Gaggles loses the rear. Gaggles almost finding the barrier. He rejoins ahead as Scythe picks up a penalty. He rejoins ahead of his teammate. Scythe getting a penalty there, so unfortunate luck for Gaggles. I unfortunately was looking away at something else, but very unfortunate moment for him there. So hopefully he will be able to push his way back up the field like Thermiter will be able to do if there is another safety car. Gaggles still in the packs. We're going to stay with him for now. He's been able to just keep the pace on his teammate, hopefully enough to jump up a few places in the championship. Lewis finishing with quite a few podiums in the championship so far. Of course, Polius retiring last race means he's stuck with 25 points. So far, unable to get ahead of Lewis, who has at the moment outscored him. So the fans are here just waiting, hoping that the Ferraris can work their way back up the field. A man we've not talked about much today at all is Luxy, currently running in 4th after an impromptu ban in Austria last season. He's come back with qualifying bans to accompany his teammate Thermiter in the hopefully and with a chance of the team's title. They were unable to get it last season due to Alfa Romeo's huge points tally last season. They brought home 237 points, I think that read as. The Alfa Romeo, 257 points. The Alfa Romeo second driver not doing the best, it would appear. The Ferrari team themselves, also known as Apex Motorsport, brought back 238 points, or quite a few points that last season. Gaggles Autosport as well, just breaking the 200 mark. I think they're the third team to break the 200 mark, actually. Chovers is also on the brink of breaking that 200 mark. This race, they are guaranteed to break the 200 mark unless there is a retirement from Joe. As we see side-by-side action from the two that crashed at the very start of the race. Into the first corner we go. Scythe runs off the track, hands the position back. They're both off, and the McLaren spins into the wall. Smartly resets the track because no one's around him. He's not got anyone to scare, but Scythe is really not having the cleanest of seasons so far. He appears to have gotten away without any damage, but unfortunately is Lewis, the man in second in standings, has gone away with quite severe looking front wing damage as Lewis retires from the session, and it's caused another safety car. So was that undiagnosed damage for Lewis causing this second safety car that may have just about saved Thermite's race? As the top three are into the pit lane. It's another Aston Martin double stack. This could pay into the hands of Joe, the Shoulders driver, as one is held up for a bit too long. Gaggles and Polius and everyone coming in. And it has. Joe's got out ahead of Quinn. Scythe choosing to stay out. He's running in net P2. Net P2 because he will have to pit. We see the entire field come in. Thermite is also in. His race has well and truly been saved from, I think, undiagnosed damage from Lewis. I think what happened is his wing was too damaged where he put the power down. He lost the rear and he ended up finding that barrier quite hard. Now the question is, will Joe be able to keep these positions long into the race, or is he going to suffer because of that 3-second penalty? Polius back at the front. Yeah, 2 penalties there for Joe, sorry, so he's 6 seconds total. I made a minor mistake with that. So Joe carrying 6 seconds of penalties. Scythe for the moment carrying 3 seconds of penalties. That would be without any FIA interference. As Thermite spins through the Tozer hairpin. Bit unfortunate we're watching him there because he could have got away with that. Unforced error. There we go. I don't blame him. He's under cold tires, under safety car. He doesn't really need to be pushing. So it could have just been a lapse of judgment trying to talk to Scythe. The way his driving currently is. So as it stands, 2 DNFs, Lewis and Red. One, I believe, due to damage. Another one, again, due to user side issues, shall we say. Anyway, as it continues, Thermite just tipping 2 wheels through the gravel. Slows right down there so he can slowly gain up to his accomplices. 13 laps to go of the inaugural Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix on Italian soil, but the race is being hosted as a part of San Marino, so this is technically the San Marino round. We see the entire field is finally here with the safety car, so by my calculations it should be in this lap. So again, welcome to our viewers on YouTube. Scythe is now being routed on, despite having a questionable race so far. Questionable being the exact correct word for it. The man who had quite a decent season last season, picking up a few podium places. So he's not a terrible driver, it's just these new cars he's forgotten how to drive. I think Luxie's just spun under the safety car. He's luckily Still with the order. And there is contact. Quinn has just lost an end plate under the safety car. On the right side of his car, he's down an end plate. You can see it here on the screens. As we see one of the Ferraris running off the track, I think being Thermiter. That just being down to Ferrari strategy, but we're going to watch with Scythe here as we come to restart the race. A man who has not had the cleanest of starts to the season. A man who's currently under investigation for 2 different incidences. 3, maybe. But we continue on. We go towards turn 1. 3 abreast. One of them doesn't have an end plate, but we're going again, I assure you. The safety car thing shouldn't be there. Joe dives to the inside to try and keep ahead of Quinn, and Quinn is off. Quinn falls down the order. So, a momentary lapse of judgment as Gaggle spins. So 2 hard-fought races in this league have spun twice. Thermiter falling behind Quinn. The fight is still ongoing throughout the rest of the field here. James Quinn versus Thermiter is currently the fight at the back. Joe runs wide. Could Luxie be at all involved in this fight in a moment? We'll see. Joe has a run on Scythe here. He doesn't choose to take it. He should have taken it because everyone else in Constantina has run wide. Joe versus Scythe with the entire field behind them pretty much. This is helping Scythe run into the... This is helping Polius run into the lead. Joe just manhandles his way around the inside of Scythe, and Scythe is going to get overtaken by everyone else here. He's dropping positions like a fly as he forces Thermiter off the track. Cuts turn 1, and there is Luxie off the track in the gravel. Rear tyre in the barrier. I think he just lost his grip there. Thermiter gets ahead of him. Gaggles tries the move. Just taps Scythe in the rear for good measure. Forcing him into a little error as Quinn is back up into the top 3. He's trying to fight with Quinn to keep this podium position. Quinn runs wide. They're both trying to keep equal pegging here. It's going to be close. As Joe runs wide, and that lets 2 people through Thermiter's up into the podium places. Quinn and Thermiter monopolize off of this mistake. So, Thermiter dives down the inside. Joe just there. On the edge of Quinn, Gaggles gets through because Joe ends up ghosted because of this issue. Joe gets the DRS, so I think ghosting will just be turned off as he gets behind Gaggles here. It's going to be a very close fight. It's turn 1 we go. Joe to the outside. Touches Gaggles as Gaggles loses the rear and spins into the wall. Again, not a race for the Gaggles team to remember. He's about to be overtaken by Luxie here, Gaggles, so... Not the best to phone home about as Thermite is being overtaken by Quinn as he overtakes him again. Runs wide, level pegging into Aquaminerale. Thermite to the inside, he's off the track, he's collided with Quinn. Joe F1 guy gets the position back, Thermite gets a warning. Quinn's taken even more front wing damage because of this as Joe runs wide. Thermite in the background running right as well. I think that was. Welcome back. You've missed a mayhem amount of racing.
I'm back.
You've just missed Thermite to take out the front wing of James.
Yes, I have, clearly.
So James is now missing pretty much half his front wing.
Oop.
Joe could try and get a move.
I see.
On the crippled car here. You've also missed Gaggles have a spin. Luxy have a spin. Gaggles' teammate have a terrible time. Joe to the outside of the corner. I don't think he's going to make it stick. No, he isn't. He tries to the inside. These two really jostling position as much as you can get here. A wounded Aston Martin versus a man with 6 seconds of penalties. It's going to the outside. Overtakes him around the outside. What an overtake that was. You don't normally see moves.
A very. I mean, missing an end plate and possible structural damage to the wing itself is just not come off.
Yeah.
Because, you know, games can only model the destruction so far.
Anyway, he's got the DRS. Polius sets the new fastest lap. Lord knows what could unfold in the coming
I will be. Yeah, I mean, as long as he's not slipping and sliding all over the place, I think he can probably make do without one in play.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, off in the distance, Polius.
Oh yeah, he's monopolising over this fight here. We finally got the reason to Lewis's DNF. His front winged came off, he hit the grass and he did just go round into the wall and it took his wheel off, so that's why we had that safety car. Joe on James, the two J drivers. James takes the inside line, just gets ahead.
J&J.
Yeah. Car's still there. They're side by side going into the Variante Alta. I think he's just let through. As Gaggles is retired! And we have another safety car!
What? Gaggles retired for?
Gaggles retires. Polius just gets the pit lane.
And there's another safety car.
Gaggles, what happened, mate?
Polius onto the soft.
Everyone should be onto the soft. We've got about 7 or 8 laps left. He hit the sausage curb coming out of the Aquaminerali chicane and spun into the wall and lost his tyres. Ferrari are doing a double stack. It's a perfect double stack for Ferrari and Aston.
That is 3 drivers who have all DNF'd due to explosive tire decompression.
We see it here though, the top 6 are still in the race, which means we still have a motor race on the way. Scythe, a man who could get very, very many penalties after the race. Mayhem race so far.
Dottie, are you? Dottie's not even in this race.
He couldn't attend
Dottie's
because
upset.
his thing got cancelled, and then he realised, yeah.
Damn.
Dottie is now incredibly saddened due to the DNF of Jaguar. So are his 2 fans in the chat.
Big sad.
One of them was Dottie, by the way.
What's our general stance on Joe getting his penalties removed?
Everyone's got a 3-second penalty for quarter coming. I think someone accidentally left it on strict, so...
To be fair, if we remove one person 3 seconds, we'll remove everyone's.
Yeah, Joe has 3 seconds though, so...
Yes, yeah.
It's not track limits.
It's not track limits are just kind of stupid. It is Imola.
Joe always gets technical over reasons, so Coffee in the YouTube chat. Yeah, I think we will be removing the corner cut penalties. I think we should make that a standardised rule that corner cut penalties don't apply to anything. Because this was a talking point last
Well,
weekend.
corner cut penalties don't apply as long as you're not being silly with it.
In fairness, Thermiter did
Like, as long as you're not just
get a penalty for it. I watched that one happen, so I know that one's crap.
Yeah, it's no, like what I'm saying is I'm more than fine with doing that, but obviously if we do that, we need to make sure that when people
below 9 seconds, it can be removed.
Anything below 9 seconds can be removed. Yeah, that's fair. I feel like that's fair. So
no,
yeah.
Rule, guys.
Yeah.
Don't forget that, Joe. Don't run side by side. Race director should say safety car in this lap. Yes, I believe. Polius in with the shot. All penalties as of right now removed. Safety car in this lap. We're left with the top 6 still in the race. The whole field bunched together. Luxy just holding the very back, knowing he could monopolize off mistakes. Polius again, a man of many a restart. We're gonna have 5 to go when we cross the line, I believe. We're going again. It's a very early launch. No one was expecting that, but I think one of them who was Quinn here, who's about to overtake Thermiter. 2 wheels on the grass, trying around the outside, isn't able to do it. As Thermiter runs wide and spins, does he collect? Scythe? No, he
and then into the wall.
We just panned off.
He's still alive.
Somehow missing Scythe.
He's still alive, but he's missing an end plate.
He also somehow completely missed Scythe, so...
Somehow missing, not managing to hit anyone, but missing an end plate.
Joe is still right on the back of Polius, and Polius has been unable to shake him since that safety car restart. We could see DRS games come into play here, especially with Quinn at the back of this fight now. So... Shulver's celebrating their 500th point. They could get their 550th this weekend. Bring it to a great point score weekend so far. DRS for these 2 on the screen. Not yet. It's on this lap, sorry. DRS games will come into play this lap. Quinn is going to try to the outside of turn 1. He's not going to get the position. Joe forces him back round. That is very important.
Laps.
It's 4. Remember, you need to add 1 for the final lap. Joe not giving in to the lunges from those around.
29, 30, 31, 30. Yeah, it is 4, actually. It'll be 3. It'll be 3 in a moment.
Joe's still defending like this is the final lap. Joe using all the track there because he is 4-star. That won't be looked into as corner cutting, but we continue. Scythe being boxed up the back by Luxy, who's trying to look for that top 5 finish at least in this race. Polius is checked out because of this fight between him and between Joe and his teammate.
I mean, the only person Luxy's got to be behind to not finish in top 5 is Thermiter.
Yeah. Down the back straight.
There's only 6 people in the race now.
I know. But down the back straight we go. The fight is continuing. We're going to see it here. He's ahead. Joe takes the position. We've got a move for the back. On the inside goes Luxy. Just gets the move done as Scythe runs off into the gravel and God knows where else. I think Joe is just biding his time, playing DRS chicken with the car ahead. Oh, this could be a genuine pace issue. But I think we're going to see some qualifying laps from him. Runs super wide there. Just trying to keep on the back of Mr. Quinn. But he's well out of DRS at the moment. Luxy behind as well, also. Outside the important DRS zone. So... there's all sorts that can still unfold from this race as Quinn takes the fastest lap. We continue on with the race. The laps slowly but surely ticking down.
Ooh.
Nobody really near each other, which is a huge shame for the moment, as Joe makes a big mistake. This could bring Luxy into a first podium.
Yeah, he just spins his back out.
Yeah. This could bring Luxy in, and he's wide again, and those tires have switched off.
He's within a second. He's within a second. He'll have DRS when they go into the DRS areas.
He needs to maintain this position.
That is crucial.
And he's through!
Oh!
Luxy gets a very ambitious overtake.
And he just flies on by Joe. It's a very ambitious, but it was very smooth.
It was. I didn't even see it coming. That's why it took me a second to register what was happening there. That was such an out-of-nowhere move.
That was an amazing move. And it's propelled him right into it. First race back, and immediately on the podium.
Oh, yeah. It's not over yet. We're on the final lap of racing, don't forget. So this fight will go to the very wire.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not over, and Joe is right with his tail.
Oh, yeah.
There's a very real chance that Joe could get this back.
There's a very real chance these two could...
considering that everyone's...
Joe runs wide again. He doesn't need these minor mistakes. All Joe needs to do is try and get back ahead of Luxy. He's trying to run towards the Variante Alta.
I feel like all of these really... I feel like all of these very minor mistakes... Is that 9 seconds in corner cutting now, by the way?
I think it's more than 9 that Thermiter meant by that. Anyway, Polius takes the win. Quinn comes home in second. Who's going to take third? I think Luxy just takes home third.
No, see, because I thought it was 9 and below.
Yeah, 9 and below. So Joe keeps the place as third.
I thought it was 9 and below. Oh, you got 9 precisely. Okay.
Yeah, you got dead on 9. Anyway, Thermiter does finish 6th despite retiring before the timing line. So that's something. There we see it. Another 1-2 for the team. Their 70-point gap is going to go up drastically. Thanks to that 1-2.
Another 1-2 for... Is that third race? Is that the third 1-2 for Eclipse?
Second. Polius DNF last race.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, Joe finishes P4.
Ah, gotcha.
Not what that says on the screen, but he finishes P4. Scythe P5.
Nice.
Then it is Thermiter P6, and then everyone else retired. Both Gaggles cars with an uncharacteristic.
Yeah, but like in the order that. Yeah, I mean, apparently, according to him, it was literally just he touched the wall and his car exploded.
Yeah, well, that's it from us. That's it from ALR, from everyone. You've seen enough from today. I'm pretty sure you're all ready for us to move on. We'll see you next weekend for the racing.